Hello, welcome to our YouTube channel, Chikatina Hairs. Okay, so today is a continuation of our hair education series part 2. So today we are discussing hair designs, either as bundles or as wig. For those who are newly joining us, kindly check the part 1 of the hair education series to see what we did the very first time we started, and now to the second part of it is all about hair designs, either as a bundle or as a wig. So if you take a look at what we have here, we have about 5 different designs. And these 5 different designs are applicable under human hairs and even blend hairs. They have all this design. So we are starting with these 5 most famous hair design. The first one here is straight hair. Straight hair. So the abbreviation of this straight hair is STW. So you see people call STW. So whenever you hear an STW, is basically referring to straight hairs. The next is wavy. So we call it wavy. You can be more specific by also calling it a body wave. So when we go under the design of wavy, wavy can be a body wave, although a body wave is the most famous under wavy. So it can be a body wave, it can be a loose wave, it can be maybe a water wave as well. The next here is a coily. And coily, or some people call it curly, right? It all depends on their accents or their way of spoken English. So, but this coily is a C-U-R-L-Y, right? So under this coily, you tend to have the deep coil, you tend to have the jerry coil, or the water coil, so many coils, Caribbean coils, and all that. Then here is our almighty pixie coil. This coil here is C-O-I-L-S. I can't stop emphasizing on this particular pattern of coil. So this particular pattern of coil, pixie can be coil, it can also be coiled. It can be C-O-I-L, it can also be C-U-R-L. The difference between these two terms are the tight, tiny coil and the bold, bigger coil. Next here is a bounce, right? Bounce. So now you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 hair designs. So the first, this is straight, right? This is a straight hair. Like I said, it can, the abbreviation here is also STW, right? So this is a straight hair. The fact is straight doesn't prevent it from getting into bounce or getting into coily. So you make use of your coily tools and you also convert it into your desired style, right? This is also straight, but I think one of the reasons why I decided to bring this straight hair here is for us to note something. One of the challenges we usually have with straight hairs is over the time, maybe once these hairs come in contact with anything moisture, water or sweat, it tends to form a kind of wave. Looking at this to an extent, some people might call it wavy, but it is originally straight. But over the time, it tends to be forming this wavy. Reason why, in order to keep our styles or patterns in check, we also have to maintain it as fast or as early or as soon as possible. The use of hot tongue, the use of straightener, the use of many of them with the help of heat protectant enables our straight to always be straightened as it is needed. So next is wavy, right? This is wavy. This is wavy hair. So, but the fact it is wavy, it also has its own name of wavy. This is wavy hair and under the class of body wave. So we don't have much introduction or much differentiation on this, right? So it is body wave. And you see how thick this one is as a matter of the hair strands or the hair type, which this is not what we are discussing for now. We are just discussing the hair designs or the patterns that we all know. Much later, within the course series, we'll get to know what double drones, super double drones, and all that are. So this is a body wave under the class of wavy. Next is a coil. Coil, C-U-R-L. And under this coil, this is a deep wave, right? This is a deep coil. Well, when it is very much tightened, it becomes a wave. Some people call it ocean waves, right? Other people call it deep waves. It all depends on what you name yours, or maybe what the producer decided to name its design. So this is a deep coil, deep coil, CURL, deep coil, deep coil. Yeah, so this is it. Then next is a pixie. Almost everybody knows what pixie is, even if you haven't seen it, but the name is a popular one. Everybody knows what pixie is. So this is pixie coil. So this is pixie coil, and it's a COIL because it is tiny. You see, this is a tiny coil of pixie, a tiny pattern of pixie, and it's being called pixie coil, COIL, right? So when you see the bolder part of this pixie, it still maintains its pixie, but the coil pattern changes to CURLS. I think I made a mistake. I would have even come with a bolder one, so we all see the differentiation. But maybe when next we come along, I will have to place these two, both the COIL and the CURL, to make it more understandable. So this is pixie. And when you talk about this COIL, which is coils, the hairs that fall into them are kinky coils, the pixie coils. I have already stated. You see the jerry coils, right? So those tiny coils, and one of the advantages of these tiny coils are their volumes tend to increase so well when you wet and brush them out. Okay, if you decide not to wet and brush, you just want to brush them, it gives you this bushy look. So the tiny coils always come out very bushy and it's highly voluminous. So that's it. Then the last but not the least is the bounce. See, under this bounce, we have both the magic bounce, you have the snail bounce, you have anything bounce. So many, you see magic bounce, you see the snail bounce, you see the, what do they call it again? There are so many names. There are so many names that are being given. So many people call it so many names, but whatever be it is being called loose bounce. Everything falls under bounce. Now, under this same bounce, look at the wig version of this bounce. Do you understand? This is the wig version of this bounce. But the difference here is this is natural, while this is honey brown. When you talk about straight, this is silky straight, while this as a wig is kinky straight. Some people also call it yaki. So you see, if you wanted to return to this, it is possible, but it has to go through a whole lot of processes by silk, using maybe a silk press splash, then using a very hot tongue to maybe blow it out. But it is originally made to be this kind of coarse, and it came as a coarse natural hair. While it tends to have more or less like a virgin hair look, it can as well be converted to a silky part of it when it goes through the process of straightening and maybe a hot straightening too. So with this, I think we've already explained what hair patterns and curls are, the most famous part of them. And in our next video, we'll have to dive into a continuation of where we stopped. Okay, so in conclusion, we already know what straight hair is, what STW is. That STW is same as straight hair, what body wave is. So when you want to refer to maybe having to buy something like a wavy hair, you just tell your vendor that you want a wavy hair. So it's now left for the vendor to ask you what kind of wavy. You want it as a deep wavy, you want it as a loose wavy, or you want it as a body wavy, right? Then when you talk about the CURL, the coil, you already know that under this coil, we look out for deep wave, we look out for water wave, and basically everything wave, Caribbean wave. Do you understand? When you talk about the coil, do you understand? We already know that when we are talking about the COIL, it's all about a tight, tiny coil. Tight, tiny coil, not only tiny, tight, tiny coil. And under the COIL, you look out for kinky coils, not kinky straight. I said something about kinky straight. This is kinky straight, or as well yaki. So do not mistake kinky straight to be a kinky coil, right? So this finally the bounce. Under bounce, you can see the snail bounce, you can see the body bounce, you can see the magic bounce, you can see so many bounce, right? And like you see this as a bounce under bundle, this is also a bounce under wig. Okay, so for emphasis sake, all these we use as demos are also available for selling, right? So if you need any one of them for purchase, kindly link us via any of our social media handles or customer rep. So we'll be glad to attend to you. Thank you for watching. If you find this video interesting, kindly like, comment, and share. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to subscribe for more videos. Thank you very much and remain blessed. Bye.